Hey Phantomaniacs, welcome to the newest unboxing here on the Needless Things YouTube channel. Today we are taking a look at Spirit Iron Knife, brought to you by Audible Interlude, a G.I. Joe podcast available every Friday wherever you get your podcasts. Spirit was one of my favorite characters from the original Joe line. He had a massive role in the Sunbow cartoon, plus he was just cool. This is a weird thing to discuss because obviously cultural sensitivity is a thing that is very heavily focused on with especially this new version of the character. But when I was a kid, Native Americans were very cool. There was a lot of media that at the time was just it was full of stereotypes, but when you're a 9-year-old kid, you don't know anything about that. You just know that you've got all this media where the Native American characters are always these just awesome, cool, heroic warriors. And so at the time, that was my frame of reference, and Spirit Iron Knife was awesome because of that. I knew nothing I didn't comprehend the history of Native Americans at the time. He was just an awesome character. Now I know that there's so much more than that, particularly behind this version of Spirit, and I respect that, and I encourage people to look into Native American culture and what is happening to these people, because it's not something to be ignored, but it's not. That's not what we're here for. What we're here for is to find out if this new G.I. Joe toy is an awesome toy. And we're going to start with this artwork, which, again, the uniqueness of the artwork for each figure, how it's suited to each character, has been one of the landmarks of this line for me. Initially, I was resistant to it. Now I love it. I love the unique art, even though there are some individual pieces that I'm not as much a fan of. I love the concept, and this one in particular is just, I think, awesome. Created by a Native American artist. Obviously, we all know, we saw the Pulse live streams. We know how much thought and care went into the portrayal of Spirit Iron Knife for this figure, so I'm here for it. I think it's great. Let's go ahead and open this guy up and take a look. Oh, and by the way, if you want to find out what his specialties are, go to gijoe.com. And they've got the key there that tells you what all Spirit can be used for in the field. So another thing that made Spirit an awesome, desirable character when I was a kid was his animal companion, Freedom. Now, it's interesting to me that Crocmaster came with Fiona named on the package, but Spirit Iron Knife is just Spirit Iron Knife with, I guess, some bird. But this is Freedom. Freedom was a great animal companion in the 80s. That was an aspect of G.I. Joe that I absolutely loved because I was a kid. And I thought it was cool when a guy came with a dog or a bald eagle or a parrot or whatever the case may be. That was a selling point. That was toyetic. That was fun. And, that's when it comes down to it, that's what toys are all about, is being fun. Man, that little knife is pretty awesome. We'll take a closer look at that in a second. All right, let's swipe all of these accessories to the side, which, by the way, quite a list of accessories with this guy. So, Spirit Iron Knife. I actually like that the little communicator here, that they're carrying this forward. I liked the original classified designs. They were updates, and they worked for me. But I won't lie, I do also love that they're taking the original designs and being a little more true to them, I guess. Man, Spirit looks awesome. Look at that portrait on this guy. Very serious, very severe, ready to absolutely beat you into the dirt if he has to. The hair, the braids look great. The little ties at the bottom of the braids. The headband. Definitely getting Billy from Predator vibes off of this guy, which is appropriate because there was a release of Spirit in the modern line that basically looked like Billy from Predator. I was definitely down with that. He came out around the same time as Shadow Tracker, who kind of looked a lot like the Predator itself. Got a little insignia on the side here. A tomahawk. Got the stripes. These are really nicely printed. All of the paint is fantastic on this guy. On really everything I've reviewed from the Classified series, it has had top-notch deco. I like these golden wristbands he's got going on. The gloves look great. I like the Falconer's gauntlet that he's got going on here that has unobtrusive slots to set Freedom in. Very cool. Trousers, I'm sure, are borrowed from one of the other figures, but a nice tan color. Looks great. They've preserved this passes what they refer to as the squint test. You look at this and it's Spirit, and that's what I like. And then you get close up and it's a hyper detailed modernized version of Spirit. Got a couple of different, I guess that's a smoke canister and a grenade. I love the fringe on his sheath right here. Looks very cool. This figure has a lot of personality, and if you think about it, is really one of the standouts of the Classified series thus far, because I'm thinking, just going through them in my head, although we can go through them on the back of the packaging here as well, he's one of the first ones that really deviates from a strict military look. I mean, obviously Crocmaster does, but he's one of the bad guys. As far as the Joes go, he's one of the first ones that really, really brings that personality and character that was such a hallmark of G.I. Joe into the Classified series, and I dig it. His web gear here fits very nicely. Slides around, it does slide around a little bit, but it stays in place pretty well around, posing, articulation, whatever. I like this silver belt buckle here. It's a very nice touch. Just a great looking figure. Very exciting shelf candy. All right, so let's take a look at Spirit's accessories. Oh, and comparison-wise, I've got 00 Snake Eyes, which is actually one of the shorter figures in the line, I'm finding out. The first release in the line, and you can see he is just a tiny, tiny bit shorter than Spirit. All right. So obviously we have to take a look at Freedom first. Freedom has a ball-jointed head. Look at the sculpt and the paint on this guy. Wow. An alternate head with an open mouth would be nice, but I'm good. Look at the legs. Oh, man. Ankles just pivot. They don't have... That's it. Or swivel, rather. Just swiveling ankles. Just beautiful sculpt. Very well done. Let's pop those wings out and take a look at the ball and socket wings. I mean, this is really probably how you're going to want to pose this figure. I don't know. It looks so good like this. But I do kind of want to have him perched on Spirit's arm. I don't know. It's going to be a tough call because this is a great, great looking bird. Very majestic. All right. You've got a backpack that also has a perch for Freedom. Got some nice cargo pockets. Got a couple of ammo canisters at the top here. Got a plug on the side where that sniper rifle, which this to me is the way to do it. Well, maybe that's not where the sniper rifle goes. Surely that's not for the pistol. No, because he's got a holster on his leg for the pistol. So somehow... Ooh, that's not liking that at all. somehow this sniper rifle attaches to this peg. I am like 1,000% certain of that. Oh, there we go. Weird. I don't know why that was such a problem for me before. I also don't think it should go pointing up like that. There. I don't know what the problem was before, you guys. It's on there now. So you get a little peg to mount the sniper rifle. This is very much, even though this is a ridiculous, nobody's going to mount anything anywhere by the trigger guard, this is hugely preferable to me over a giant peg sticking out of the rifle. I'm so glad they figured out a different way to do this. I've got a pretty basic pistol here. Looks good. I like it. Don't need too much to that. And that is going to go right in that holster. And then we've got two different knives. One very unique, cool looking, that deco just looks fantastic right there. Might even be like a throwing knife. And what is on the head? Little skull on the head. Very cool. And then just an all black knife that I believe we've seen in the line before. Might even be the same one that comes with the Cobras that sticks up right beside their faces. So I am going to put, if it's an option. Oh, notice. Let's see. If it's an option, this one is going on the thigh, and this cooler, more distinctive looking one is going right here, which I'm sure is what it was meant to be. And we get that backpack plugged in. And then I've just got to decide where Freedom is going to go on this guy. I like the wrist out so much. Let's see. There we go. That leg's a little crooked. All right. Those pegs didn't want to quite go in where I wanted them to go in. There we go. The peg holes are a little snug, which is good though, because better that than too loose. I don't think I got them in all the way. There we go. I think that's better. So Eagly here, Freedom. I don't know, he's kind of big to be sitting on his arm like that, though. He's kind of big to be sitting on his back, too. I'm not sure what I'm going to do. But whatever the case, this is a fantastic figure. A wonderful update to the original Spirit figure, and one that you got to have on your Joe shelf as far as I'm concerned. They just did a great job with Spirit and with Freedom. And we're going to get a nice eagle hug right here. Oh, I'm going to tear his wing off while I'm doing it. You guys, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, share, tell your friends about Needless Things. Go out and find a Spirit figure. They're showing up at retail now. And remember, yo, Joe.
Smash that like button if you like Needless Things.